Welcome back, I'm Felix, and I am reacting to Am I the A-hole for knitting during a meeting? Don't say the actual whole name. But knitting during a meeting, it depends. Is like me, I work from home. If they can't see what I'm doing, I don't see a problem with it. Now, if you've got it up there in the camera doing your thing, yeah, that's a problem. If it's down and you're looking at the camera, paying attention, like you can't see my hands, so I don't see a problem with it. So now, if you're in a room with other people doing that, it's a bit concerning. Find something else to do. If you need to be doing something with your hands. But let's see what's going on here. I forgot something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and you can tell I'm a little drowsy. Just a little drowsy. I'm not sure what's going on. It hit me all of a sudden. I was like, oh, let me do the video. All of a sudden, I'm just sleepy. But let's get into it and see what's going on.
Is, am I the asshole for crafting during meetings?
No.
Crafting.
No.
Okay.
We had a Wikimaniac playing Animal Crossing during the live show. We paid no mind.
During the
They said, it's just like how I listen all the time. I was like, honestly, that's kind of a vibe. That's kind of sick.
Fair. Yeah.
I think they were also the same person that gave us donuts. So
They gave us donuts.
Yeah,
Shout out.
I believe so.
It
Yes.
was. Yeah. Oh yeah.
One of the few that will see heaven with me. Even though they don't want to.
If you know, you know.
So I work in a mainly office setting, and we have a lot of meetings, video conferences, and online training, which is primarily in video format. I've always needed something to do with my hands thanks to ADHD, and if I don't...
Wait a minute. They work in the office, but all the meetings are video? That's just stupid. Work from home. That makes no... I hate the fact that companies force their employees to go back to work, even though there was statistical data proving productivity was up. But no, you gotta come back to the office. We need to waste money on paying for an office. Even though you guys' productivity was up. In some cases, doubled. But no, come back to the office. Jesus. And if you're doing everything by video anyways, you don't need an office. Sorry, it just bugs me. I hate when I hear that crap.
Then I cannot focus on things that isn't reading properly, which is ironic.
He's not focused now. He's out of... That's a good... That pause right there looks like he's high.
Dyslexia. I've also been crocheting and knitting since I was little, and it's something I do a lot while at home watching TV and movies because it helps me focus.
Coping mechanism.
In university, I used to crochet and knit in lectures because it helped, and no one seemed to have a problem with it. The lecturers actually encouraged it when I asked and said as long as it helps me focus, I can do whatever I want. So I decided I was going to take it into work with me to see if that would help me focus more in meetings and not get distracted during them. In brackets, they're very long meetings going up to 4 hours sometimes.
Jesus fucking
Oh my
Christ.
God.
Honestly, when it...
Why? 9 times out of 10, there's no reason for that meeting to be 4 hours long. This is what I was talking about. They're trying to do things the old school way. Old school way is dead. Let it go. There's no reason for a 4-hour meeting. There really isn't. Just cut that crap out.
hour 30 in the meeting.
Now, let's say, hypothetically, there's a lot of stuff to go over. Break it up. Because I guarantee you, most people have stopped paying attention.
If I ever have a meeting that goes that long, I'm fucking...
Oh,
You're a better person than me.
zoned out.
10 minutes in, I'm like, this shit could have been in an email.
they go on to say, and I usually mentally clock out within the first half hour, so they're right with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Side note, I had brought it up to my supervisor that I had trouble focusing, and my manager was actually the one that recommended I find something to do with my hands and okayed it. It worked. I was able to focus a lot better.
All right, end of story. You're not the a-hole. No, seriously. If management okayed it, it's over. No one can say anything. Like, you went through the proper channels. To me, that's the end of the story. All right, let's see what happened.
And be more involved in the meetings because I wasn't just drifting away. But recently, a colleague came up to me and told me to stop.
Hold on a second. I'm
He
going to go
said
back
that's
for a
drifting.
second.
It worked. I was able to focus a lot better and be more involved in the meetings because I wasn't just drifting away.
Okay, it worked.
But recently, a colleague came up to me and told me to stop. He said that was...
Colleagues an a-hole. Don't listen to them. Kick him in the groins and keep on with your business. I hate people like that. It's like you're the only one complaining. No one else cares. And because you're the only one complaining, we got to change everything for you. No. I've worked in environments like that. I hated it. I hate it with the past. Like, why are we changing everything for that one person? Well, they have a medical condition. I understand that. You accommodate them, but you don't change everything for them. There is a difference. And the medical condition wasn't like they were immobile or anything like that. They just couldn't stand loud noises. So, we didn't play the music loud. Okay, no problem. Yeah, but there was other little things that got on my nerves. It's like, I am not doing this anymore. And I stopped doing it. And they got mad. It's like, I don't care. Because it was just, you had to tiptoe around this person or they would get mad. It's like, I wanted to be like, why don't you quit? They eventually did quit. So.
And disrespectful towards everyone in the meeting and the service user whom the meetings are usually about. I tried to explain that it's actually helped me in staying on track and remembering more of the information about our service user, but he's held firm in his stance. And it's not like I'm not participating at all. I don't need to look down at my knitting or crocheting because I've been doing it so long, and I bring in pieces that are simple and mindless to do.
It's like the fidget toys. They helped out a lot of people, actually. It gave them something to do with their hands. Like, I have a bunch of stuff. I even have, like, this. I just dropped something. Well, I have, like, even this. Sometimes it's a army knife thing. And I'll just have it in my hand, just kind of spinning it around or something. And I got different things. I just play with it, and it helps. So I've never been diagnosed with anything, but, we all get that moment where we need to focus, and sometimes those little things help focus.
Put it down to write/type up notes and if I'm talking. Anyway, my colleague said he was going to bring this to the higher-ups if I continued, even though I had already cleared it up with my manager before I started doing so, and it's gotten me a bit worried, so I need your opinions. I just want to preface that the meetings I usually take part in aren't massive company meetings. Usually there are about 6 to 15 of us, and it's generally group discussions. Also, where I work is quite relaxed and generally a casual setting, like we wear smart
Yeah, that guy's just a douchebag. I'm saying guy. Did they say it was a guy? Either way, that person's a douchebag. Ignore them. Let them go complain. If you're let me put it this way. If I'm the boss, let's say I'm the boss, and you come to me and say, "Hey, I do this in order to focus." Okay, as long as it's not disrupted, go for it. And let's say it's been a month, and I notice your productivity, your participation, everything's up. It's through the roof. I'm not complaining. And then someone comes and complains about you. I'm going to be like, my words to them go, how is it affecting you directly? How is it distracting? Why is it distracting to you? Because you can't see what she's doing. Or you can't see what he or she is doing. I can't remember if it's a woman or a guy, but either way, you can't see what they're doing. So how is it distracting to you? You need to explain to me how it's distracting. Because if you can't explain to me exactly how it's distracting, you're just being an a-hole. Now, I wouldn't say the a-hole part. I'd keep it professional and be like, you need to explain to me how it's distracting. If you want, go back to your desk, write it up, make sure you got your words together correctly, and bring it back to me or email me. And let me know how it is distracting. And we'll see if we can work something out. But I'm not making that person stop. If they're hitting all their metrics and hitting everything, and then some, I'm not making them stop. I might encourage other people to try to do something, as long as it's not distracting. And a lot of people, like I say, have fidget toys and fidget things. They have fidget rings and fidget watches, and they got so many things you can get now to help you, and it works. So get over it. It would be my advice. Find something that helps you to focus. Went on a rant there.
casual as well, so it's not super formal. So should I?
That's another thing. The environment the person's describing is supposed to be laid back, informal. It sounds like this person doesn't belong there, honestly. It sounds like, again, this should all be working from home environment.
Stop what I'm doing, or is it disrespectful?
No. What the fuck? Absolutely not. This person sounds like a damn hater. I'm the type of person that also gets distracted too far or too fast in a meeting. And even recordings like this, I get hella distracted to the point that Juliet brought me like this little ring over here, so I can actually like play with it to like snap, so then I can like focus. And if you already got the approval from your manager who is saying that, hey, that's fine to do that, it seems like you are more productive, you are able to pay attention better, then I feel like that approval is the only thing that matters. And I'm pretty sure your boss is going to go to bat for you and saying, hey, this person's kind of being just a dick about it. Bro, leave that fucking person alone. Leave OP alone. If they want to be able to do that to be more productive, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like maybe this colleague doesn't know that like everyone's brains work a little bit differently, but like if anything, by her doing this and after her explaining it to you, you should know this, but being able to do something with her hands, crocheting, doing all that stuff helps her focus. So if anything, it's more disrespectful for her not to be doing that, because then she'll fucking zone out, and then what's the point of even being in the meeting? So, and she already cleared it with her manager. If he brings it, I don't know if this is something to go to HR over or not, but I mean, I would maybe consider it just because it's kind of like, first off, you're not my boss, so why are you talking to me in any type of way? And after I already explained it to you, why do you feel the need to like threat?
I hate people like that. I've worked with people like that where they think they're your boss. In some cases, they've just been there longer, so they think they can boss you around. It's like, nah, that's not how that works. Unless there's something stating that you have the authority to do stuff, shut up. You don't have the authority to do anything. Back off. But yeah, there's a lot of people like that where they think they're in charge just because they've been there a long time. And there are people who will start a job and be like, well, I have more experience. No, you have more experience at your last job. Here, we do things a little different. You need to learn how we do things. And shut up. But yeah, I can't stand people like that who just think they can just go up to people and boss them around. It's like, we're colleagues. You're not my superior, so leave me alone.
Me professionally or whatever. So it's kind of just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You can
John, your expertise, can you go to HR for this?
You can absolutely go to HR for this, but that person who's going to file that complaint is the one that's going to get in trouble for it. Because what the manager did is essentially reasonable accommodation.
Yeah.
This thing is, I mean, the person is OP is neurodivergent, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, ADHD.
Yeah, so the OP is neurodivergent.
Oh, yeah, if they're medically diagnosed with that too, yeah, there's nothing HR can do. Because it's proven that it worked. Because they can show her history before and history after. HR's not touching that. They're going to be, sorry, you're just going to have to get over it. Because let's say HR did do something, the one that's crocheting, she could sue, actually. Yeah, she could destroy them.
About it, got the clear, and if this person and OP seemed like they let the complainer know that, hey, this is actually something that I need. Manager get the A-OK that, hey, this is reasonable accommodation. This has become an harassment case at this point. If that other person that keeps complaining is continually like badger them about it.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I would say is maybe get that in writing if you haven't already from the manager, so that you have solid, like if they go to HR, be like, hey, here's what our manager said. You know what I mean? But other than that, like, yeah, you're obviously not the asshole. And Reddit agreed and said not the asshole, though there were a surprising amount of you're the assholes.
Those people are trolls. I can't stand people like that. Those people are just trolls. There's no other way. Whenever I hear that, a clear-cut case of you're not the a-hole and there are people saying you're the a-hole, they're trolls. 100% in my opinion, they're trolls. It's just like, why? How did you come to that conclusion? It's like, you can't see the person's hands. So how did you come to that conclusion? Idiots.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't say they were the most popular, like upvoted ones, but there were a couple. Anakin vs. Sand said, I'd be offended if someone was focusing on arts and crafts while I was speaking in a meeting, but you cleared it with your manager. It's on them. If this person has a problem, they should speak to your manager, not you.
Yeah, I mean, because
like,
honestly, I could see from a perspective of like some old dude being like, why the fuck is somebody doing anything? Like, I've had a boss that was like, no laptops in the meeting. Let's all focus in and things like that. And it's kind of just like, this is a long ass meeting.
Yeah.
Only half of us probably should be in here. We have work to do. I mean, that eventually got cleared up or whatever, but it's kind of like, I get it. You may feel like not everyone's focused in on you, but like, talk to the manager, be like, hey, I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
Then the manager will be like, oh, well, by them doing that, they're actually focusing in more than had they not been doing it. And then any normal person should be like, okay.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
and at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? They said in the story too that they've gotten so good at crocheting to the point that they're still making eye contact to whoever the speaker is.
Yep.
So who fucking cares, dude?
Also, like some of the meetings going 4 hours. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, for sure.
Hours is crazy.
That is
I can't
unreasonable.
imagine any meeting. What will you say?
That's what I mean.
what I was saying.
I couldn't care what anyone's doing past hour 1. At that point, I'm like,
After 20 minutes to a half hour, I'm done. I've checked out. Don't expect me to pay attention. Unless you say something that catches my attention, it's like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I've checked out. I have so checked out. It's like, I am done. Don't call on me. I don't know what you're talking about. I left the meeting like 20 minutes ago, even though I'm sitting here. My mind is elsewhere. I'm probably fantasizing about being on Star Trek or something else. Just like, oh, if I was in Star Trek, I'd probably be doing this. Or if I was in this reality, I'd probably be doing this. That's where my mind would be. Or I should probably work on that book. I'm supposed to be doing a book. And just for the record, I've written 2 books. I was trying to do a third. I still haven't done it yet. But yeah, my mind's gone after 20, 30 minutes. And lucky enough, where I work, they usually only have them be a half hour because they realize that too. Just the only time we go over if it's on a subject that everyone's been complaining about. Otherwise, 20, 30 minutes, we're done with the meeting. There's no reason for it to stretch out that long. If this is information you should have been passing out all along, shoot it in the email. Tell people they need to go read this and reply back, you know. But yeah, that's stupid. 4-hour meetings, that's just stupid, straight up stupid. Poor management of time. That's just stupid.
yeah, whatever you got to do to stay awake at this point. You know what I mean?
Hour, minute 15 and wrap it up. Come on.
Yeah, I take if I have an hour plus long meeting, I'm brewing like 2 cups of coffee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Walking in
I was
with
thinking
both.
that coffee.
Honestly.
Because I'm like, this is great. You expect me to sit here fucking
Yeah.
over an hour?
Big Second 8542 said, not the asshole. Non-neuros will not usually get it. It's like when when I have to make hard eye contact. I can do it, but I can't hear/process what you're saying if I have to hold that eye contact. It takes up all my mental capacity. For many, fiddling with something in your hand is a distraction and a clear message that you're not engaging in the conversation or meeting. As an ADHD-brained adult, I know how counterintuitive it is, but if I can fidget or be busy, this other portion of my mind, then I can really focus on the meeting. Hell, I'll come out less tired too. So they're saying like, you know, as someone who's non-ADHD, they can see how other people see it, but it's also like,
Yeah.
it does help me as like with ADHD focus. And that makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is why I always advocate for remote work, because it makes people like work on their most comfortable environment. I fucking hate sitting on meetings. I have already fucked up brain as enough as it is. And I also have restless leg syndrome. So I'm like also just standing I never sit in meetings. I'm always standing in the back, just pacing back and forth because it's so hard to sit still.
Yeah. No, I get that. OP writes some edits just to clear some things up.
Real quick. Yeah. Again, remote office. There's no reason. In this day and age, majority of all jobs can be done from home. The ones like doctors, nurses, stuff like, of course, they got to be police and firefighter. I would say almost 70 to 80% of jobs can be done from home. Let me rephrase it. Office work, majority of it can be done from home. And it's stupid. It's stupid that these companies want you to come back. And there's like I said, there's statistical evidence that productivity was up, and when they pulled everyone back in, it dropped. And there were people who quit their jobs and said, "Yeah, I'm not coming back in." I remember a story where a guy got permission to work from home, and he'd been doing it for a number of years. He even moved. He actually moved like hours from the job, I think, to almost not necessarily another state, but like another county, and because he'd been working from home forever, and he never went into office. And all of a sudden, oh, everyone's got to come back in the office. He goes, that's not going to happen. I moved. I moved like years ago, and he ended up having to quit that job. But it's like, and now they say companies do that on purpose to force people to quit, and it's like, that's stupid. You you can legally terminate jobs in various ways, like your position no longer needed. Doing that is just stupid. That actually hurts you more because it's unplanned, and you don't have no clue how many are going to actually quit versus who are going to come in. So if that is true, that's just stupid and poor management and poor business practice. But yeah, remote work. Push more for remote work.
So about the service users, they are not in the meeting with us.
Okay.
It's only us as professionals in these meetings. We are discussing them and what we are going to do / our plans, but they are not present for them. We work with their mental health, and I'm part of a therapy team. So I'm well aware that it would be unprofessional to do that in the presence of service users.
What are the users? She's a therapist? Anyway, I'm going to go back for a second.
But they are not present for them. We work with their mental health, and I'm part of a therapy team. So I'm well aware.
So the person that's complaining, are they part of a therapy team too? Then they should get it. Note the confusion on my face. You work in therapy and you don't understand why your colleague's crocheting. I want this person's name. I want that coworker's name. So if I ever have to do anything involved in therapy or anything, it's like, I don't want anything to do with that person. They're an idiot. Like, you never once thought that this person is doing it to help their mental state, which is really what it's doing, is helping the folks, helping their mind. Idiots.
Aware that it would be unprofessional to do that in the presence of service users. Additionally, the people within these meetings are generally people I see every day, so they're not all strangers. Also, I keep the crafting on my lap, and the projects are relatively small and in one color, like socks, hats, squares, etc. Not big projects like blankets or...
That's what I was saying earlier. Unless you got it up here going like this, then yeah, it's distracting. But if you can't see it, I don't see the problem. So my question now is, how did the coworker know you were doing that? Because if they're all video, I don't know how their desks are set up. Because they're in the office doing these meetings video. So do they have cubicles, or they're like no walls and the desks are just sitting there on the floor? If they're not in a cubicle and everyone can see everyone, then that would explain how the coworker stall. But you know what the argument could be for that? The coworker was not focused in on the meeting. You could argue that. The manager could go, so that means you weren't focused in on the meeting. Because if you were focused in on the meeting, you wouldn't have noticed the crocheting. So there's that.
sweaters. I have a notebook or laptop on the table, so I'm not taking up a bunch of space on the table, and it is generally quite hidden. When in the in-person meetings, I crochet, so there is no needles clacking, as crochet only uses one hook. The knitting is done when I'm online, as knitting is a bit more of a hassle than crochet.
Oh, so they're in-person meetings crocheting. Okay, so there's both. So they're doing videos. So it's this is weird. Again, you still argue that the person's not paying attention to the meeting, the one that's complaining. And if you're sitting, let's say you're the person complaining and you're sitting next to the person who's crocheting. Unless you have assigned seats, sit someplace else. Don't sit by that person. Sit in front of them. You know, like let's say let's say my phone's the table, and you know, this is one end, this is the other end, and the camera or the TV's up here, and everyone's sitting here facing this way. The person that's crocheting is like right here. Let's see, the camera's here, so the person crocheting's in the back. Just sit in the front. Problem solved. You don't have to see them. If that's the case, just sit somewhere where you don't have to see them. That's what I said. Unless there's assigned seats, just sit where you can't see them.
I'm not medicated for my ADHD, but that has a reason. I have trialed a lot of medications, and I get bad side effects, even in general, such as extreme drowsiness and nausea. I think all of that just kind of solidifies that you're not being that much of a distraction. And
what did they say, like 16 people? Did they say 16 to 20? Either way, one person's complaining out of that many people is not that big of a deal.
That sounds like a them problem, whoever was complaining.
I feel like they want to be like, well, if they could do that, I could fucking play my Game Boy or whatever the fuck.
I want to play.
Yeah, I want to do some shit.
Animal Crossing, I guess.
This is a guy who hates 4-hour meetings too, and is like, "Well, you can't have fun if I can't
Yeah.
have fun."
Yeah, just so grumpy coming out of the last 4-hour meeting. Fuck you.
Which honestly, when it put in context, kind of fair. Just fucking
Yeah.
4 hours is ridiculous.
It is.
But don't take it out on your fucking coworker.
No,
Take it
also
on your
just go
damn
through it.
company. Like, what the? Can't
Yeah,
this
why
just
you
be
have 4
sent on a
meetings?
fucking email, people? Come on.
I honestly can't imagine a 4-hour.
No, I can't. It's crazy.
I think I would quit
We
it.
do.
All right, let's move.
All right, that was a good one. 4-hour meetings, that is stupid. Do not have 4-hour meetings. Don't do that. If this is information they should have been getting along the way, make sure they get it along the way. Meetings really shouldn't take at max an hour. The best meetings only take a half hour at most. If you want to have a really productive meeting, 20 or 30-minute meeting, boom, you're done. But yeah, I'm going to say not the a-hole. You got it cleared. Management's okay with it. Only one person out of 16 people are complaining. You're good. Maybe there are other people who are complaining just silently, but they haven't said anything outwardly. That's on them. But otherwise, yeah, mind your business. All right, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and everyone take care. Later.